Ever since the mysterious dark side warrior from the Acolyte has been revealed, he's been arguably the most theorized aspect of the show. But another theory has come to mind, one that I haven't really seen online at all. With his red, blatant, and sinister mask, this character has been widely assumed to be a Sith Lord, and the most common theory thus far has been that Chimera is this mystery villain. The logic behind this is sound, given that their speech patterns are suspiciously similar, and there was nothing from the character in the premiere to make us believe that Chimera couldn't be May's master, going undercover as the bumbling smuggler to keep an eye on his apprentice. But what if there was more to this than just an undercover Sith? Recently, Star Wars has had a long line of red herrings, or details that are purposely meant to be misleading or distracting. Whether it be the CX-2 from the Bad Batch's third season, Marogue from the Ahsoka series, or even Snoke in the sequels, Star Wars fans hyperfixate on a character, and all the theories revolve around this one character, only for them to turn out to be just another nobody. And one can't help but notice the process repeating itself again with this dark side character. Between the mask, the mystery, and the vague danger associated with him, we can't help but wonder who this person is. But what if he wasn't important at all? What if it's his master we care about? Thanks to the rule of two, we know that there are always two Sith at any given moment, at least dating back to when Darth Bane first founded the rule. There's a master and an apprentice. I've gotten behind the idea that this mystery Sith is only the apprentice. Whether it is or isn't Chimera, that's another question, and that theory could still hold true here, and honestly, if this is a Sith apprentice we're dealing with, I think it would make more sense for Chimera to be him. But based on the timeline right now, and the long lifespans of Munes, it would also make sense for Darth Plagueis to be around right now, so he would be the Sith Master. What I believe the case to be is that Chimera, or this Sith apprentice, whoever he is training May as his acolyte, his assassin, his apprentice. He's putting May through the ringer, having her go after Jedi Masters with only the Force and these daggers. And we know from Chimera that the Master wants her to kill one of these 4 Jedi without a weapon at all. This may be May having to prove herself to her Master, prove that she's skilled enough in the Force and as a warrior, before she's able to build a lightsaber of her own. And that's when it would get really interesting. Part of the rule of two involves the Sith apprentice betraying their master. They grow and learn the ways of the dark side of the Force, and once they finally pass their master, they betray them and take their place, taking on an apprentice of their own. 2 of the most known examples in canon would be Palpatine finding and training Maul when he was still apprenticed to Darth Plagueis, and Dooku taking on and training Asajj Ventress during the Clone Wars while he was still apprenticed to Sidious. This Sith apprentice may be training May as his own apprentice, and once she kills these Jedi and earns a lightsaber of her own, the 2 of them would go on to betray his own master, which should be Plagueis right now. Obviously, Plagueis needs to still be around by the time of the Phantom Menace, so this mysterious apprentice and May would have to fail, but that would make sense in all aspects. And if this Sith apprentice and May are doing all of this work completely out of the control or supervision of Plagueis, or whoever the master turns out to be, that wouldn't work out well for them either. May and her master are getting in the Jedi's way, literally going out of their way to kill Jedi, which will inevitably stiffen the Order up and make them aware of the presence of the dark side in the galaxy, something Plagueis wouldn't want until the Sith's grand plan is ready to be enacted. May not even have the time to earn her own lightsaber and prepare with her master to betray Plagueis, as he may deal with them both before they're able to risk jeopardizing the Sith's hidden existence even more than they already have. So, without an apprentice, Plagueis would have to find someone new. If its second season does turn out to be happening, a few time jumps in there could lead us to a final scene where Plagueis finds a young Palpatine, tying the show into the Phantom Menace in the prequels. It would have to be a very big time jump, but I think they could make it work. And I was actually watching another Star Wars podcast, Scoundrels Inc., go give them a follow, they're great. And they've talked about how Leslie Headland, the director and one of the writers for the series, had originally wanted to create a Ventress series. While she didn't get the opportunity here to play with that character, she could be telling a similar story, just with brand new characters. A young Force-sensitive, taken from her home at a young age, trained in the ways of the Force, eventually becomes an assassin for the dark side. We don't know what happened to May after the fire that destroyed her home, but it wouldn't be surprising if it followed a similar path. We'll just have to wait and see what becomes of May, Chimera, and their master in the next 6 episodes. What did you think of the first 2 episodes of The Acolyte? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like the video and subscribe for coverage of the series as a new episode premieres every week, and remember to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you. Always.